Hey, this is Phil Yana with the Tech After 5 podcast, and I've got my friend Scott Pfeiffer here. Hey, friend.
Great to be here, Phil.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Scott, we talked some time back about the next venture pitch, and we talked to Alex Estevez, and then it turns out that event had to get rescheduled. Well, guess what? It's coming up again, and it doesn't matter where you are in the country. If you can hear the sound of our voice, you can attend this next venture pitch, which is coming up now in September. So I thought it would be a good plan for us to get Alex back on and talk about what's coming up.
Yeah, I think that's a great plan. You and me and Alex, we're all super excited and very dedicated to helping entrepreneurs succeed. And that's what this event is all about. And we have Alex, and he's the chairman, and he is going to tell us all about it and how you participate and all the great content that's available.
Yeah, so you're going to learn a whole bunch in this next few minutes. So hang out with us, and let's welcome Alex Estevez. Alex, thank you for coming and hanging out with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Phil. How are you doing, Scott?
Doing great. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, super glad to have you. Alex, I'm going to tell you, I feel like I've always felt like having a venture capital thing going on in Greenville has been great for Greenville, right? And we never felt like it was, I felt like this is something that is good for the country, but it is or good for Greenville. But having you as part of that, you're bringing a lot of heft to this project, my friend. And I'm very excited about what you guys have planned.
Oh, I as you know, I love Greenville, and I think Greenville is so ready for this next phase of growth and economic development. If you look at Greenville, the history of the upstate is one defined by taking those important steps. And from the early initiatives around textile manufacturing at the turn of the century up through the internationalization with BMW and Michelin to advanced manufacturing, this is the next wave for us. And I'm just excited to be able to apply my experience and background to help the cause.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're doing it. I'm gonna tell you the first thing, we need to call the elephant in the room, right? This whole idea was to have this thing as a live in-person event. The world has made a little change there. And now it's going to be an online event. I know it's 3 half days done across Zoom or something like that, I presume, one of the tools that are out there. But it's gonna be 3 half days. But this has allowed you to do some things that you couldn't do before, because now travel costs are zero, right?
We've got some lemonade here. It felt like a lemon at first, but this has turned out to be a real blessing. The reason we moved to 3 half days is so that our entrepreneurs could focus in bites, so that you're not taking on a whole day and a half. And what we found is with the move to virtual, it's a lot easier to get world-class content. Most notably, Jay Simons, the president of Atlassian, that grew that from a garage in effect to over 100,000 customers, $45 billion in market cap, serving entrepreneurs. This is a guy that's a consummate servant to the entrepreneurial community. He knows entrepreneurship about as well as anybody, but he's done it himself. It would have been nearly impossible to get him here under the old state of affairs, but in this virtual world, we're thrilled to have him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to dig into a little bit on the content portion of this event, because a big portion of what's happening here is great information that you've put together for people that are entrepreneurs. You're growing your business, and you're going to learn an awful lot. Can you tell us in a little more detail about what kind of content you have over the 3 days and how much and who's presenting?
It's funny. The idea for how to improve things from an entrepreneur perspective is actually not that rare. There are all kinds of entrepreneurs in all parts of this country. The rare part is figuring out, okay, well, how do I do that? How do I actually build a world-class product? How do I pitch my company? How do I build a world-class team? How do I even pitch to venture capitalists? What is venture capital? How do these guys talk and walk and think, and how do I get money? all those are learning opportunities that we're trying to crack here. And so the shift in the conference this year is to be focused more on that learning for entrepreneurs, so that entrepreneurs can not just achieve their potential, but really accelerate their potential. The ideas are not that rare. There are a ton of great ideas, but how do you act on them? How do you make them a reality? And that's what this conference is designed to address.
Yeah, I think that's great. Particularly, I think about, I mean, like you said, bringing in the CEO of Atlassian, right? So that's a big deal, right? And a chance to learn from someone who did run that entire ride that entire ride. That is going to be a great opportunity. I know there are other things in there. Some of these are about building teams and so forth. You've got a number of speakers. Would you like to chat about any of those? Anything stand out for you?
Last year, one of the most popular sessions was building world-class teams. And this year, we're bringing it back. What we're doing is having world-class athletes talk about not how to run a business, but how they built world-class teams. So we have Jess McDonald. She was an All-American at UNC, and she was on the women's World Cup team for soccer. So she just recently saw, how challenging it is to win at the global scale as a world-class athlete. That was all about teamwork. Another great example is Bobby Crimmins, who is a basketball coach for Georgia Tech and several others. He was named Naismith Coach of the Year for NCAA basketball. At Georgia Tech, he put them on the map. How did he do that? How did he create something from nothing? How did he get these guys to believe? How did he build a culture that said, these are the rules and values that we're going to live by? It is going to be very revealing and helpful to entrepreneurs from this team building panel. In addition, Taj Boyd is one that is very well known here. He's the Clemson QB that was All-American, who still holds the passing record at Clemson for passing TDs and passing yards. So this is an example where it's a tangent of the education about how you can build great teams in your business based on how some of the best in the world have done it. We also have Jay Simons, I mentioned earlier, who again is a rare expert on serving to the entrepreneurial community, and his company at Atlassian has helped empower and enable a whole crop of entrepreneurs to build great products for the community. So that's just an example of a few of the great speakers we have lined up.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to attend, how do you buy a ticket? How much does it cost? That sort of thing.
So we have a $100 ticket that is, you go to nextventurepitch.com. That gives you viewing rights to the whole conference for all 3 half days. And we have a VIP ticket, which gives you access to the archive information over time as well. So it's almost like a subscription. That's $199. And here's the important part for the VIP. You are able to vote. So one thing we haven't spoken about yet, but we have a venture pitch with 30 of the top entrepreneurs from the Carolinas. The top 9 will be crowdsourced. Those will be picked by you. You're a VIP ticket holder. So there are other, so VIP ticket holders also have access to more one-on-one type engagement with other members of the conference as well. So there are 2 tiers, the $100, the $200 in effect. And we also have a scholarship program where for those either students or in need can apply for a free ticket. And that is also on the website at nextventurepitch.com.
Fantastic. So you kind of segued us there a little bit, but since this is Next Venture Pitch, you're actually going to have a venture pitch, and you're going to pick 30 entrepreneurs to come and pitch their companies out of the, 100 or so that are going to apply. But you can apply to be one of those 30 right now. Isn't that right?
You sure can. We have the deadline is coming up on August 21st. And here's what's in it for you. First of all, you get the opportunity to be exposed to 30 of the top investors from the Southeast, including Silicon Valley investors that will be attending. 2, even if you apply and don't make the cut, you get a VIP ticket for the entire series. So, so it's a good workaround to at least get yourself a ticket. And 3, the winner gets a free automatic bid to be a showcased company in Venture Atlanta, the top venture capital conference of the Southeast. So, so it's really a very simple application. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. It involves a 3-minute pitch about your company, and if you are if you know your story and you have passion for your story and you can tell it in 3 minutes, this is something you should do.
Yeah, so let's just clarify on that bit. It's a 3-minute. You're going to record yourself on video doing the pitch, right?
Thank you, Phil. Yeah, it's designed so that the actual application is the presentation. So, you know, so many times you see applications on paper and it looks really great, and then you see the entrepreneur and they're not a good match. They you know, I think being part of the entrepreneur as is part of the selection process, and being able to pitch virtually or digitally is the new world order. So we've said, well, why don't we just combine those things and have the pitch be the application, and it'll be evident which ones should be the finalists based on the quality of the pitch.
So
Excellent.
you're going to select 30 of those application recordings and play them during the conference as the pitches.
Yes, so we have 15 3-minute pitches, roughly an hour on day 1, 15 3-minute pitches on day 2, all pre-recorded. And out of that, we will have 9 finalists that will pitch live and on day 3. And from there, we will have a winner. Wow. The winner will be selected by the venture capital judges that have been pre-selected to be a part of the final. So it's going to be, there'll be some suspense and some excitement, but here's the real value. Those finals will have some real live ammo. You'll see the venture capitalists go right to the heart of what the risk is, or what the opportunity is. And that experience, that iteration, that's valuable for an entrepreneur no matter what. Because understanding how those folks think and where they go to and what their concerns are is revealing. It will help you when it's your time to be under the light.
That's the Shark Tank like part of the experience, right?
You got it. Yeah, that will be the Shark Tank Q&A. So the first part is just the pitch, just the pre-recorded, but the Q&A is where it gets fun. Yeah,
I think that's going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pitch you with an idea, Alex, right here, right now, because I think Scott did this with me way years ago, but I've been to some kickboxing tournaments where I would sit on the side and I would just score at myself. So I think you ought to come up with a score pad. And if I'm going to watch the 15 pitches, just give me 3 or 5 dimensions to just score them on so that I can keep track of myself, because I can see if I agree with the judges at the end of the day.
You know, Phil, I think that's such a good idea. I think you ought to start a business around that.
You know?
You got till the 21st to apply.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So he's wanting me to look at that. Alex is trying to make this thing work. I'm with you. That's great. Yeah, I think this is, so there'll be 15 the first day and 15 the second day. And then on the third day, is that where they're actually going to, will you replay the pitches, or what does that look like? So I've seen 30. What happens on day 3? Yeah,
so day 3 is the 9 finalists. What we'll do is we will crowdsource the top 3. So you vote. Everybody that's a VIP votes on day 1.
Yep.
We'll crowdsource the top 3 on day 2. And then there'll be a judges panel of an additional 3. So we'll have a total of 9 that make the cut for the live finals on day 3. Those live finals we'll do the introduction of the 3-minute video just as a refresh so people can get reminded of what the pitch is. And then we'll go into 12 minutes of Q&A. And so we'd love to do more than that, but with 9 finalists, we're looking at a couple hours. So it's something where we're trying to manage time as well. But it'll give you a sampling when we're going to get through these 9 finalists pretty quickly. And then the finals judges will come up with their winner, and we will announce the winner to close the conference.
That's 12 minutes of Q&A for each one?
For each one, yeah. So, but here's the catch. Each round of Q&A are different sets of investors. So you listen through each one, you're going to hear a different investor perspective each each of the 9 sessions. So you'll see what the questions from the West Coast might be, the questions from the DC, New York contingent, the Miami VCs, the Atlanta VCs. We'll have questions from there'll be a different set of investors for all 9. So plus an extra 3. So we actually have 30 venture capitalists that will be part of that finals deliberation.
Just hearing those 9 sets of questions is worth more than $200.
I agree.
I think it's really, really interesting being on the inside. You start to see those patterns and you start to see where they go to. And that is a great education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to be in a room where smart people are asking good questions. And that is the real education. Regardless of how I feel about the folks who are presenting, the questions are what I need to understand. Right.
That's right. You got it. And one thing that's a fun exercise is to actually write down the 1 or 2 questions you think are most important when you review the finalists, and then to see what questions come up as the most important ones. Or and it doesn't mean that your top 2 aren't right, but it's interesting to build that engagement of what you think would be important, and then what the judging group thinks is important, and that variance actually helps coach you in terms of how to think about opportunities.
Yeah. Now, I thought I read somewhere, and I don't know if I've got this question right or wrong, but if I've got the VIP ticket, I think it's $175. $175. I want to land in my own little thing. I think it's $175.
I think you're right.
But if I have that ticket, wasn't there some sort of panel opportunities? There were some discussion opportunities as well that I had at that level, if I read that right when I was looking at the tickets earlier. Do you remember what that is?
Well, Phil, you are good at getting us to sell in advance of the event. But what we're looking to do is to provide opportunities for those VIPs to get one-on-one time with some of the investors and panelists. So that part's not sorted out just yet, but we're working on that as another benefit for the VIP ticket holders.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I've always loved about this event is the hallway conversations. So to the extent that there are things out there to be able to have some conversation with the folks, right? I think that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of that we can pull off.
Yeah, I want to sit on that point for a moment. I think that's a really important point. That hallway engagement is what we are missing. It is part of the conference that we're not getting. And so we're working hard right now to figure out other ways that we can facilitate that type of networking that in a virtual world that you would normally get in the hallway downtown.
Right. No, that's good. Well, I think you've got some interesting content showing up here. I mean, I think there are reasons to go, as we pointed out. There's the actual training component of this, but there's the learning how to pitch if you see yourself in that space. And of course, with the VIP ticket, there's even opportunities to do a little bit of connecting that you might have not done otherwise. So I like this a lot. And I think we got a couple of dates showing up. One of these might hit quick. And that was just to remind people that if they wanted to present, that the deadline for submitting your 3-minute video is this Friday, the 21st. And then, of course, the tickets are on sale for the event itself, which is the event will be on September 15th, 16th, and 17th in 2020.
One other thing about the VIP ticket I just want to echo is that it's possible that you may not be able to make the live event. You may have another meeting or a call or something similar that would pull you away from the screen. And so what the VIP ticket does is it gives you access to go back and rewind and see some of the pre-recorded sessions that you might have missed otherwise. So the regular ticket's like a conference. It's a live event and you get it live, but the VIP ticket allows you to navigate the website. So you can go backwards, go forwards, hit pause, and see some of the, you might, go at your own pace if that's what you'd like.
Yeah, I think about all the times it's like, oh man, he just said something great and I didn't get that quite down in my notes. Now I can press pause and go back and grab that thing again, right?
Exactly. That's what we want to do. And that is really a valuable thing to have. So we're pretty excited about how the technology has evolved there to enable that to happen in a live event.
Yeah. I love it. I think our audience is going to enjoy this as well. This is going to be a great use of your time. And we're going to recommend the VIP ticket just so that you can go at your own pace. I think there's just something to that ability to grab that when you need it, when you want it, and go back and refer to it. I think you're going to find that an investment worth making.
That's right. Yep.
Yep. Scott, do you have anything? Last questions that I think I might have jumped on top of you there for something.
No, I think this is going to be a great event. I'm definitely going to attend. And I encourage anyone out there, if they see this prior to the deadline, go ahead and apply to present. I think just making that video, that 3-minute video, is going to help you, because you're going to have to plan it out and think about your business. And since you get a free VIP ticket, it's like Alex is paying you $200 to make your own 3-minute pitch video.
Wow.
That's pretty good, Scott.
I hadn't thought about that, but you're absolutely right. He's paying you to get your act together, right?
Everybody should take advantage of that.
That 3-minute pitch is really valuable, whether you do it here or anywhere else. If you're serious about entrepreneurship, you got to get that down, and you've got to get it down virtually. So this is an asset for your company, whether it's within venture pitch or not.
Right. I just love that idea. Again, this is going to be great because it's going to give you clarity if you've never had it before. This is the thing that's going to lead you in that path towards some clarity and getting your pitch right. And, if you make it all the way to where someone's asking you questions, there's no guessing as to what are they wondering about. They're going to tell you what they want to know. So I'm looking forward to this a lot. Next venture pitch, hopefully you'll make an application, got to do that real quick, and then get your ticket September 15th. And it's actually, so someone asked, it's super easy to find. It's nextventurepitch.com. Easy to find. All right, Alex, thanks so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Phil. Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, Alex.
Talk again soon.
All right. Thanks, Scott. See you, friend.
See you, buddy.